start right back out. Alright, so I'm going to start here by just simply saying that back on the 2nd of March 2022, okay, this man gave me money in advance. Alright, you understand money in advance? If you don't understand that receipt, let me show you what money in advance looks like, okay? This is money in advance, alright? Now, I'm going to zoom in with the YouTube camera here. Let me get this out of the way. Just put it over there somewhere. Okay, fine. So now, let me zoom into the screen. Alright, I know it's cattywampus, but oh well. Alright, so that's pretty close. Alright, so now, what I have here is I sent him this back in 2018. Actually 11/2018, I sent him this, which is a Panasonic RX-5000 and a Panasonic RX-5100, okay? But that's not what I have here today. Today I have a National. Now the other thing I want to show you is that I made a video way back when of those 4. Afterwards I sold him that in 2018. In March again of 2020 I sold him these 4 RX-5100. So there's a Japanese model, a American model, and then the Panasonic RX-5100F. F is in Frank model, alright? So there's that model. And then the other day, now let's see, so I'm going to get out of there, and this is the one picture, so kill that picture, right? Kill that. Then I'm going to go to here, these pictures. I've had these models since the year 2008, that's roughly, I guess, July 2008, and so I just want to run through these kind of quickly. So notice the date on the picture, all right, for the YouTube people. All right, so there's that, there's another picture, and then there's a, I can't remember what that is. Let me turn this down a bit. Maybe you can't hear me. Well, that's good for background, whatever. Alright, so there's, yeah, that's the 6400. I still have that. So here's the, I think the F model. Yeah, it's got the F model. Then here's whatever that is. And then here's another old picture. And those 4, and there's those, and just showing the headline in. And then here's a Panasonic model. Alright, so this is back in April of 2018. I took these pictures. This is what I do when I take these apart. Okay, and I take a picture, I unplug something, I take a picture. That way I know what goes where. Okay, so I'm not going to sit here and explain. There's too many pictures here. There's the old belt. It's what I use to clean with, and the speakers and different speakers. And let me go back to that. He was asking me about seeing if you can put a different size speaker in there, and it's really kind of hard to do because you'd have to break off all these pylons and drill different holes, and really no room to put it. And notice this hole right here, that's where the old tweeter would go if it had a tweeter. This doesn't have a tweeter, but that's in the Panasonic model. Alright, here's a 5080 next to the 5100. Alright, okay, so. And then this is a 5110, which I no longer have, and anyway, there's a picture of that. It's a 5100 again, this is the old one. There's a 5100 and all that outside, and just more pictures of the F model, and then there's those again. And how'd that get in there? Who knows? Here we are. There they are outside. All 4 of those again. Okay, let's see here. Let's look. That's a National right there. That's a National. Then we have a National Panasonic. But that's the one I'd like to get again. That's really hard to find. Anyway, and then we have a Panasonic, and then we have another Panasonic. So the Panasonics are the European or American models. The National is the Japanese model, and then this is National Panasonic. That's just, he has that right there, and it works really well for him, and he really likes it. And he wants me to find him another one, so I'm looking. That's all I can say. And then just more pictures. So this is how I took it apart. And again, take pictures as you go, and I don't want to bore you to death because I want to try and do it differently here. I'm going to try and shoot a live video of taking this thing apart and servicing it, right? So, is that enough pictures for you of the 5100 series? Yeah, they got backs to them. What is this? This is something else. This is a Quasar GX3661. That's what I'm showing here, is that the battery cover fits the same thing. That's a 5100. Wait. That's a 5100. And that's a 3661, so the battery cover fits the same thing, right? That's what we're doing here. So yeah, there we go. So that works. And then, anyway, are you tired of seeing enough pictures of this? Yeah, there we go. So just stop there. Alright, so now what I want to do is I want to wide out the camera. Okay, let me wide that out. Alright. And I'm going to tilt this down. Alright, okay, so now we have been playing or listening to a National RX-5100, alright, via the CD player. Alright, so here's the CD player, and we can bump it. Bump it again, and so it really is playing on that CD, okay? But now I have a, if I flip it over to radio, which is this top.
925.
There's the radio. It comes in stereo. The antenna is not lifted up, right?
And that franchise was one of the most popular reality shows on television.
So let's play it on tape. There is the famous whatever noise that is, right? So this, and I don't, anyway, it's working, okay, but so the tape is, wait, oh, it's at the ends, no wonder, here, wait, that's the beginning, so put it in here, right, yeah, it's cantankerous, so it won't work. Not going to work. So there's some music. And I'm going to try to eliminate that noise by servicing this model in a live video here. So I'm going to try and get to it right now. So there it is working. Let's see. Working very well. So that sounds good, but that channel doesn't sound good. So, alright, so let's stop playing with this here. Hit eject, get my tape out of here, right? Get this out, turn that, power that off. Take these out, okay? I don't need to take pictures of this because I've already seen it a bunch of times. I have enough pictures of it, right? So get tape out, great. So now the door is cattywampus on this. It will close with the tape in there, but let's see here. I want to move this camera down some more to me. There we go. Okay, so without further ado, well, we did have batteries in here. How about that? We'll just take those out, right? All right, so here's. Yes, it takes 8D batteries. Okay, that's ocho for the Spanish speaking. Okay, so now you want to simply open the unit up, right? So there's a screw on top, screw here, screw there, and screw here, screw there, and screw here. Okay, so 6 screws, right? So where'd my, here it is. Okay, so let's get out. There you go. Yep. Okay. Very good. Yeah. Okay, so now reach over here to one of these, and there we go. There's one, two. It's a magnet on the end of a telescoping thing. Okay. Right, so and then there's that one, and there's this one, and then we got that one. And then we got this one. So that should be all the screws out. Okay, we'll put the screws right here along with the battery cover. Okay. So now, yeah, as you know, on most tape decks, you gotta open the cassette deck door, which is this one here, because the door sometimes will catch with the front. And this one here, the front comes off with the speakers. All right. So, and since I've already taken a bunch of these apart, I already know that you just simply bring the whole thing around. Oh, this has got the additional ground wire. Okay. I can't remember if that's soldered on or pushed on. But let me see if I can show you here. So, okay. So, this has your indicator light thing, which is going to be, well, here. Let's just, do we have a red camera handy? There it is. Let's just go ahead and take a picture, just because some of these radios might be different. All right, so at least have this much of a record of it. All right, so. All right, great. Okay, and then, so the red wire goes here. Okay, so let's just get a picture of that. Let's get a flash for that, for that matter. Charging flash. Okay. There we go. Very nice. All right, so now we got that one off. Okay. And then, what's next? We have the ground wire. It goes up in there, so we'll just like that. Got a nice picture of inside there, so we just pull this off, which goes right there. Great. Okay, and then we have. Okay, then we have what? Okay, I think this is the microphone wires right here, which go up here. Okay, so okay, we need to get a pick because that's held in place by a little clamp. So let's get a pick. Okay, wrong one. I want the straight one. There we go. Come on, straight one. There we go. So now let's go back to bring yourself a headlight so we can see in here real quick. So there we go. So now we want to hit this up right here, pull this off with that. Come on. There we go. And then this one is way up here. Okay. I think this is the speakers. I can't remember. Let's see here. No, well anyway, it doesn't matter, just, we need to take that one off. So, that's always a fun one to get to. There we go, it's off of there. And then, I got this one down here, so, this one comes off of down there. And then we can remove the speakers. Okay, so, put the speakers, we don't need speakers over here, so, great, so, okay, so now we want to do what? Okay, we want to take this off. All right, so this is held in place by little clips, which are right here. So you want to carefully push this down. All right, let's see here. How did we do this before? We'd use the flat tip screwdriver. Right. Okay, so use this one here. Okay, so carefully push this down without breaking it. There we go, that's one. And then we prayerfully push this one down. So carefully push this down. Come on. Come on now. There we go, got that. And then we come up here to the, if we can lift that up. Alright, so we got that lifted. Then we come up here to the underside. And we push on that one, great. And then we push on this one here. Gotta get this, let's see, maybe we can get it from the back. Nope, there we go. Be careful of this here because it's sitting on a track, okay, because you don't want to discombobulate that. Alright, so there. Now, that's off of there. That's nice and straight. Okay, so there it is, like that. Just get this out of the way. Don't need that. The next thing we need to do is get to taking, okay, so let's take the tuning knob off. Alright. Now I like using a fork. I've got a fork here for removing these knob covers. Okay, so we need to remove the knob covers, so I like putting these in here and just lifting up. There we go. So that's this one, and then this one, okay. And then that one, and then this one. Okay. And then over here we've got these. Alright, so come on. Oh, yep. Oh, it's being. Let's try one of these. How about? Oh, come on now. There we go. It's on there tightly. So you want to pick this up evenly. That's like using a fork, because you don't want to pull too much on one side or the other. That's why I'm working this. It's on there tight. There we go. You don't want to break these little things, because then you're, you know. Alright. And then this one here for that. Great. So got all those off. Alright, so now I can't remember. You have to look at this really carefully. We start here with the plastic for the tuner, right? So we need to remove the tuner. Okay. So in the tuner here is, this is the main tuner board right here. It's coming out first so we can get the tape deck, because the tuner goes across the tape deck, as you can see. You just can't unscrew the tape deck and take that out. So we first need to discombobulate the radio. It's pretty simple, because there's just an antenna wire here, which is this one here on top. Alright, and it's labeled ANT, so you know which one that is. So I'll pull that off, right? And the other grounding tab went here, which went to the front speaker. So this goes for the radio. So you just unplug this, right? Unplug that. There we go. There's the radio off. Okay. Now we're going to go and get to. Okay. So now we have to. Okay, this one screw is held in place by the case, and here's another screw holding that in place. All right. So again, we can go back to this here. Okay. So just save on me. There we go. Oh. I like using a magnet thing, because sometimes you unscrew with a screwdriver or a power drill and it falls off, but these are just so nice to have that to pick it out of there with. And also to put it back in, just put it on this magnet tip and hold it in place and get the screw out. Right, so there we go. Are you seeing all that? Yeah, you're seeing that. Okay, great. I don't know if the other camera's seeing it. So now, let's see here. Let me just take a look at the YouTube or the Facebook camera, see if it's actually seeing me in the lap. It probably might be. Now, let me pull it down some. Maybe no one's watching. Who knows? Yeah, let me pull this down some. Yeah, okay, well there went the monitor. So, okay. Alright, so you weren't seeing all that, but here, okay, so the YouTube is seeing that. Okay, so now we remove those two there. That's loose, alright. So now we need to discombobulate the tuner. Okay, the tuner has, let's see, I can't remember. Okay, there's one more down here deep that holds the tuner in place. So we're going to have to get a screwdriver here, get down here next to the string, and carefully get this one out. Okay, so get that out. That's undone, I think. Magnet. So there it goes, and that's, well, that one could be a little bit shorter, maybe a fraction shorter. We'll put that inside the tuning knob thing just to try to remember that that one goes there. Alright, so now we've got the ones in the circuit board, right? Okay, so now we've got that one. Alright, so we have one for the tuner board. Alright, so here's a screw for the tuner board. Okay. Magnet. Okay. There we go. Tuner board. And another one here for the tuner board. Okay, so that. Again, pick up. Come on, there we go. You can put that there. Now, we should be able to. Okay, so I'm missing one. I missed one. Missed the screw. There it is. Right smack dab in the center. Okay. So here we go. So you get this one out of the tuner. Okay. Again, the magnet. Okay. There we go. Back this. Alright, so great. So now we can pull it up, right? There's that. Carefully get the, okay. Now, oh, that's right. Okay, so we have a wire going across. We're about to lose the antenna. Got a wire going across underneath the tuner. That goes to this plug here. And I'm going to use a pair of needle nose pliers to get that out with, because I don't feel comfortable sticking my fingers in there to try and grab that. So I'm just going to carefully move the wires out of the way, and there we go, got that off. So there's that. Alright, and then we have the LED tuning light, which is the red LED, and that's this plug here. Okay, so we're going to use the same thing and pull that off. Okay, great. Now we can remove the whole tuner thing. Being mindful of the getting it out of here. Okay, so, and there we go. There's the whole tuner, completely out, without messing with the string. There's the string. Wait, you see that? There's the string. There's the whole tuner. So you don't have to mess with that anymore. Well, we'd have to come back to it and clean out. You know, we have to come out here and clean, you know, those parts there. All right, but that's how that's done. Now, to get to the rest of this here, which is the recording bar switch, which is right here, same as it is in the 5100 or 5110, I should say. You have to remove the tape deck. Right? So to remove the tape deck is normally 4 screws, like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. So you just look here, see the pylon. Here's the pylon. Here's the magnetic pull off for the thing. Make sure which screw it is. Right? Actually, that doesn't even have a screw there. Okay, so where's the pylon for to hold the tape on the lower side in place? I don't see one. Well, okay. So here's the one for the upper deck, and lower deck by the motor. Looks like it's only 3 screws holding the tape deck in place. So again, to save on me, I'm going to use my handy dandy screwdriver. There we go. That's 1 screw. And I was able to reach that with my fingers, so I didn't need to use a magnet. And so here, well, up, can't do it. Okay, give me the magnet. Oh, come on, give me the magnet. There we go, there's that screw. Okay. And then this one here. Okay. So, that. Okay, so now should be able to lift out the tape deck we didn't discombobulate any wires, so we have the wires going to this circuit board down here, and we could remove the circuit board, which is what, held in place by 4 screws, or we can just unplug this one plug. Let's just unplug the one plug. There we go. So we got that, and then we have what, the wires. Let's see. The wires for the motor are this brown wire here. Does it have a plug on it? No, it doesn't. Okay, it's actually wired on the board, but we don't really need to remove that. We just want to be able to flip over the tape deck. So we're going to flip over the tape deck. I'm going to put it here, and we've already, the belt on here is pretty good. It's working really well, so we already know the tape deck works. We don't need to mess with it. What we do want to do is we want to massage this switch right here, which is the recording bar switch, which is when this doesn't record enough, and it moves by this tab right here. Okay, so we want to lube that up. All right, so what I'm going to do to give me access to it is simply remove this this hinge, or this, whatever you want to call this. All right, remove this. Okay. And just pick this straight up and out. It's a long screw. Just put that together like that. Great. So now I can gain access to the recording bar switch, which is the famous thing I always tell everybody about. And I got some of this stuff, and I got, you know, computer error, right? Computer error, and I could use the Oxid Gold, the fader stuff, which I've been using because I can't find the gold number 5, but I like this because I got more of this, and so this does the same thing. But so I'm just going to spray this in here like this. Right? And I'm just going to tap the hell out of it like that. So, making, you know, hundreds of recordings, right? So. That's how I clean a recording bar switch is. That's what I'm doing. So now I'm going to do that. I'm going to get a little air to it. Just don't know if I sprayed anything out, but we're going to put some more stuff in. All right, so some more stuff in. So, you see it coming out the other end? Not yet, really, but maybe it already did. I really can't tell. See here. Yeah, I did. Okay. So now you want to get your thing underneath this thing and spray it down the channels. Okay, so that like that. Now I've already done a little bit and this twice, but more like that. Like this, like that. Right. And then so how much of this stuff have I sprayed in here? Like 4 times now, and just going to town doing this. Remember, we only had dirty sound in one channel. We didn't have it in both. Well, we had it in both, but we had it more in the one channel than the other. Okay, so this is simulating, you know, recording, and it's supposed to, you know, snap back. Some of these will be sluggish. This one's rather snappy to begin with at the beginning and right now and all that. I'm going to change this up, and I'm going to add some of this stuff to it because this is somewhat better than that. It's also more expensive. This is $20 for this can. That was like $8 for that can, but it's very hard to find. So thankfully I have one more can of it brand new. All right, so there we go. Like that. Spray that. give it a final shot, I guess. Let's call it a final shot. Okay. And then just work that through and then be done with that right there for now, for the time being. Okay, so now I want to look at my tape deck. And the tape deck is, for the most part, in good condition. I guess I want to just put this thing back because I'm trying to do this in a short video, so I will look at that. That's not in the way. I will put this back on here. Okay, so there, that's back in place. And then let's see here. So now, what else can we do? Oh yeah, this one. Somehow I got some stuff. Don't know what, but okay, so. And as I've already played the cassette deck and it already plays, and there's really no lubricating needed or that you can do to this. This already has a okay. Oh, that's the other thing. All right, yeah. I don't know if you can see this. Let's see. I need a pencil eraser. Where are my pencil erasers? Okay. Well, if you don't have a pencil eraser handy, get yourself a little piece of emery cloth. Fine. Okay, and find this corner of the tape deck. All right. Okay. This corner. This is a massive thing, but okay. Here is a. There's a tab, right? So I'm going to just scratch this corner up because under this corner is where the ground goes for one of these things. And so there's a screw that goes through here, and then here is one of these metal tab things. And so I just want to, can't. I don't know how much oxide or how much it needs, but just I want it to be clean. And that's what I talk about to people when they have a humming sound or whatever. And so clean, the grounds. That's a ground right there. And then this sits on this thing here, this is tarnished. I can see that, and it goes down to the circuit board, and it's kind of held in place by a rather curious clip thing, but I'm going to, oh here, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to scratch up this side, scratch this side of it, make it nice and shiny. Okay, so nice and clean, so it gets a nice electrical contact to drive away any grounds it might, or any kind of whatever that's there that, gives you that famous noise. All right, so that's scratched up really well. What else is there? Okay. Battery terminals are really messed up. We'll get back to that in a moment. I don't know if it worked on batteries. Maybe it didn't work on batteries. Who knows? Okay, so make sure your wires are not in the way of the mechanism as you put it back down in here. Okay, so make sure they're all connected and not falling off, and so on and so forth. Okay, so and then alright, so that just fits up over there. Okay, so then goes there, that goes there, this goes on here. Okay, now this little tab thing here went underneath. Well, we can put it on top. How about? Okay, so this one had the screw. Okay, there we go. So we cleaned that side. Let's clean this side. Okay, so we'll put this. I have to lift it up to get a corner on this tab. So here. Go. So that's nice and shiny. Okay. So the underside is shiny, the top side is shiny. That's in place. The wires aren't hopefully in any way, right? Okay, so that. There's one of these 3 screws, so this, that, I'll go back to your magnet. Here's your magnet thing, right? So get the magnet, see that, like this. This through here for the motor. Round, I think. And then, come on now. Line that up, come on, here you go, come on. Alright. Give me a smaller screwdriver. Okay, this is smaller. Okay, great. Yay. So I'll just, yep. Snug that up. Great. So now, let's put another screw. Okay, so where'd the other screw go? It went up here on the top. Alright, so that won't magnetize. So give me this here, put that on there, this down in there. Okay, we have to do this the difficult way. Alright, fine. So the magnet to hold it in place, and the screwdriver to screw it back down in. Snug that up. One more screw, right? One more magnet. Okay. Come on, behave. So, yep. There we go. Yay. That's in snugged in. Okay, great. So now, let's see here. Alright. Did that. Right, so now, let's see here. Okay, this went to the radio, right? We really don't need the, well, we do need the radio. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this. Alright, so I'm going to run this up, run that up. First, I want to blow out any dirt, dust that's in here, so. This is your, what, AM FM switch, whatever. Okay. And kind of hard to see where the switch might be, but okay, well, can't get in there. Okay, well, normally you see some part of something moving, but, oh, there it is on the bottom. Okay, so. So let's see if we can get this to just spray in right here. Just, that'll work any. So, yeah. How about some of this down here? Will this work? Dabble do you? Okay. So now. Spray some of this up in here. Okay, so. Come on. Yeah, there we go. So that, this. Yeah. Just a bit more. These in the middle, roughly in the middle, and spray either end out. And then I'm going to start at this end here and just go tab of that, tab of that, tab of that. down and yes, and that one. So now, alright, so hopefully these are clean by now. Alright, so okay, so now, alright, so we're just going to drop this us here. Let's look at the antenna connection. The antenna pushes on what? Oh, I'm sorry, no, the antenna uses its own wire. Okay, so let's see here. Give me a toothbrush. Alright, so here's a toothbrush. Okay. Let's clean that up a bit. Just cleaning up the things there and while we're else in here is these here. Okay, these are a little bit more difficult to lubricate, and that's another slider. Okay, so this slider here, which probably won't get much use, but we'll go ahead and, since we have the cover off, just spray some of this down right down on that bang. And bang. No, I didn't clean it at all, but so that's just fine. That's got some in there now. Okay, so what else is there? That's about it, right? So let's put the tuner back in. Okay, put the tuner back in and get this up out of the way. Okay, so there we go. So that's up there. Okay, so alright, so now this has got to go. Well, it came out. There we go. Get those to come. Let's see here. Push them down a bit, so go more up in the. Yeah, there we go. So now just, well, you don't know why. Alright, so here, it's got to go through the holes. Come on. Let's take it out again. See here. So now why? Okay, what's going on here? Alright, so just won't. Oh, maybe this. Okay, let's put that. Excuse me. Yeah, okay, wait. Come on, down there. How about? So just come on. So there we go. Yay! Finally got it in place. Alright, so that goes there. This goes in a little 3-pin. Well, first let's get this snug as a bug in a rug, right? So that's there, that's lined up, that's lined up. Okay. Put this on antenna, right? So that on antenna. There we go. Antenna, great. And then, let's see here. Antenna, okay. And we have the one short screw, right? They all look the same, but this one is shorter. Okay, so the shorter screw, again the magnet. Okay, so magnet down to here, try and push it in the hole, and okay, give me a really tiny screwdriver. Okay, that should be, nope, this one here, yeah, there we go. Alright, so now just, yeah. So, come on. Well, it's being difficult. Oh, come on. No. Just doesn't want to go. There we go. So now it's there. Right? It's there, but see if we had a magnet tipped. Okay, I can't remember which one of these things is magnet tipped. Is it this one? Let's see. Could be that one. Yeah, so let's try this one. Very carefully drop this down in here. Yep, we dropped it right down in. That's how it works. Okay. Give me the recovery tool. Okay. Let's see. Was it this one? Was this one magnetized? Sometimes these things work, sometimes they don't. Will that hold it? Yes, it will. Okay, will this hold it down in there? There we go. Yay, finally got it. Okay, great. So now snug. Great. So now, alright, so now can we just, no, we can't do that. So, Phillips. So, oh gosh. Alright, I need a screwdriver in hand. Okay, so. Oh, what fun. Just come on, dude. Alright, great. So now that's back in there. Okay. Alright, snug. Alright, so then there's 3 screws, right? So here's one now. Alright, so that's 1. And this is 2. Okay, so two, okay. And then 3. Where's the 3rd screw? Here's another, well. So, anyway, I had 1 extra screw here. Oh, this. I already put 1 screw there. 1 screw goes over here, right here. Yeah, okay, that's right. So this 1 screw goes here. Okay, so yeah. So goes there, and then this last screw goes on the circuit board, right? So will this hold it in place? Barely. Okay, great. So now we're back together. Alright, so now we just need to plug it all back up. Alright, so let's plug the radio back on. Okay, so plug that back on. Okay, alright, great. So then, so we didn't, okay, so we just need to, we didn't do any of that. We did plug in the thing on the back. Need to plug in the, this here, the tuning light, back to there. Okay, so there's a tuning light. Alright, so now we need to get the front speaker cover thing. Okay, so we're not cleaning the speaker, so we can put this back on, right? So this goes, this is not mission critical, but it's nice to have it on there because it came over there, right? Okay, great. So there it is. And then it was what? The, okay, so